people these ages are going through, and like I believe that if you have youth workers that can relate to you, then it'll like be more easier to get along with that youth worker.
So it's important to make sure that we employ youth workers who understand where you're coming from and speak to you on a level. Okay, is there any more questions at all? Anyone else got a question? Oh yeah, we do. Okay, there.
Hi there, my name's David. I'm also a youth worker for many years now. I was just wondering, you guys talk about saying that, you know, some people are lazy and they don't want to do those things, and you're saying if we maybe made youth clubs and we maybe give them better facilities that they allowed you to write your CVs and stuff. Do you really think that there is this huge problem with gun and knife crime, or is it the media kind of sweeping it up? Do you really think it is that bigger scale, or is it any different to times gone by?
There's a problem, guy, big problem?
Yeah, there is. People just killing each other for no reason, just to get a street rep.
I believe that like nowadays people view life as cheap, because you know when you watch the movies and you see like people shooting like all them James Bond movies, but like nowadays people are bringing that into reality. That's what I believe.
Any final questions from the audience at all before?
My name's Mark. I, again, like the last few speakers are involved in youth. You're older, yeah? What message would you give to younger people, younger than you, to stop them or prevent them getting into crime or getting into gangs?
Oh yeah, tough question. Wait. You know, like, tell them not to start jamming people that are like the wrong influence. Like me, if I was to jam with someone that's like on like jacking people, taking people's money, mugging people, like I'll follow them in it. Like that's like if you follow the wrong crowd, then you like be like them. Like you don't want to be left out.
Yeah. In other words, just be wise. Just think for yourself. You shouldn't let people, you know, tell you what to do. You have your own mind. You have your own brain. Just think.
But it's hard for some young people out there.
Yeah, because everyone around us is like they're all the same. Like you can't find someone that ain't like on beef. In on that, like everyone around us, like in our community, everyone's on beef, everyone's on jacking, so long. Like.
Do you ever think though, because at the moment in time you have got the confidence, strength of your convictions, which is you don't want to get involved in any gangs, you want to join any gangs, but could there be a point maybe when you find yourself losing that courage and maybe becoming part of the gang? Do you ever fear for that?
Most of the time.
When my boy got stabbed, like I thought like getting involved as well, because like that's like if he gets stabbed up now, I feel like getting involved as well, and thinking that's revenge. Like that's my boy, like got stabbed up, so I want to get revenge as well. Like the boy, like when they were talking about that boy getting stabbed, that was my boy as well. Like, I thought to get involved as well, but I thought twice. I thought, nah, that's not me. I'm not like that. I can't be going around stabbing people. I don't have the heart to do that. I don't have that. Some people are just like that. They don't have the heart. Like they just change when like they've been stabbed. They just change. That's how it is.
Guys, thanks for coming on the show. Junior, Emmanuel, and Crafty, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay with us, guys. Please stay with us, though, because after the break, we'll be talking to a mother of great courage. She united a whole community in the face of intimidation and violence and created an organisation called Parents Against Violence. We'll be speaking to Paula Liverpool after the break. Of the shows, we're taking a look at the growing problem of gun and knife crime in our capital. Now, my next guest formed an organisation called Parents Against Violence. She's going to tell us why, and her name is Paula Liverpool. Welcome to the show. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
A bit hot and sweaty.
It is, just a little bit.
The guys have left us, they've had to go, and we thank them for coming on the show, Jay, Crafton, also Emmanuel. But now, Paula, it's you. Parents Against Violence. How did you form that organisation? No, but why did you form that organisation?
Right. The reason why I formed the organisation was because a friend of the family, he was stabbed really, really badly and was left on the streets to die. And within our community, I just kept on hearing of so many children getting stabbed, and I just thought enough is enough, you know. I thought,
So what did you do?
well, initially I went to the police, and I said, you know, I need to get in contact with the other parents from the other side.
Okay, when you say other parents,
Yeah.
you mean other parents of
The
of
rival.
the rival gang who stabbed the kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what were you going to do?
Well, I just wanted to discuss the ways that we could stop this rivalry going on in our community, because it was just getting bad to worse.
And what did the police say when you approached them with the idea?
Well, first of all, they told me to print out posters and then just, you know, give them out, sort of thing. And I said, no, I need to speak directly to the parents whose children were involved. And then I went to the youth offending team, and they were much better with me. And I spoke to somebody there, and they put me forward to another person from the council, who then arranged a meeting for me and one parent to have a meeting.
At any stage, did you not think this is a really stupid idea?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'd have done anything just to get contact with these parents. I'd have done anything. Because, because, you know, you get end of your tether and you think, you know, as your parent, you are responsible for your children, and I suppose other children, you know, and I just thought, you know, as a parent, I'm responsible for my children and their friends, and I just thought I had to go for it.
The kind of meeting was organised with
Yeah.
one parent
Yeah.
from the rival gang,
Yeah.
yourself, the counsellor.
Yeah, the council and one police.
What happened?
And we spoke, and, you know, I introduced myself, who I was and who my son was. And initially, I didn't think she was that comfortable of introducing herself and who she was. And I just thought that's fine. But I just told her that, you know, what I wanted to do is to meet the other parents from, like, her side, you know, and try to get a way forward to prevent one of our children dying.
And it happened.
And it did, yeah. We met then at the meeting. There was about 14, 15 parents from both sides. And can you just imagine the tension?
I can, actually. And I'm surprised that they agreed, but they did, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
What took place in the meeting?
Well, as you can imagine, most of these parents have had their windows smashed, their car smashed, bullets through their doors. So much has happened to these parents from both sides. And we sat there and we had the police, and I think the police were a bit scared, because they thought it was all going to kick off. I don't know why, but, you know, they did. And I just felt there was a big tension around the room. You know, no one really felt comfortable. So I just thought, you know, I said to everybody, look, at the end of the day, these are our children, and we need to protect our children, and we need a way forward. And the way forward is, you know, to get things off your chest. Anything that's happened to you, let's go around the table and tell us why you're so angry. You can swear, you can curse, do what you want, but just get it out of your chest. You know, we can move forward.
Did that happen?
Yes, they did. Everybody went around the table and just said, bloody, I'll say bloody.
You can say, you said it now. Said it now.
You know, they were just like saying, I'm bloody fed up with this and that, and all the rage was just coming out. You know, all the rage was coming out, and then we could move forward. Then after, we went to the pub and we had a drink, a social drink, you know. Together.
So, I've got questions for Paula, or anyone in the audience who's actually involved in trying to really curb the growing violence within our community in terms of gang culture. Any questions?
Mark again. Paula, you formed PAV. Would you see that as a model for other boroughs or other areas to follow?
Yeah, definitely.
And how can they go about it? Is it in the same way, or does it need to be done differently, or?
No, it's the same way. You just, you know, contact your council. I mean, in Waltham Forest, we had a mentor, and he was brilliant. You know, he's left now, but you need somebody that knows all the boys in the borough, you know, and got that contact with them, you know, because they trust. And there's one thing about these boys: they need someone that they can trust. If not, you're not getting nowhere with them, you know. So anybody can form a PAV, you know. Just get together. Parents, if you want it to stop, you'll do anything to make all this culture stop.
Okay, any more questions at all? Any more questions?
Marcus, just to say I think that what you're doing is absolutely awesome and certainly something we need to roll out all the way through the community. But for me, there's something that was always